Hi, my name is Sandra Beneventi. I am an interior decorator and the founder of 70. I want you to stay tuned and enjoy this great interview with Just for Women Africa. I am a Nigerian. I was born and raised in Nigeria, and I had most of my early education in Nigeria. And I moved to Ghana about 10 years ago, where I started out with my second degree and officially started my career life in the construction industry. For the past 10 years, it's been in one sector of the construction industry and the other, so this is where I am now. One of, in fact, the most satisfying thing about interior decoration is the satisfaction you get from looking at what you've created. I'm talking about the spaces that you design or that you put together or that you redo. The satisfaction is something that is on a different level. So yes, the satisfaction I get from the completion of my job is something that I'm very passionate about. Well, I've worked mainly on private projects. I actually started off from supplies, so I supply mostly finishing materials for projects. I started with the tiling, so I used to do design and installation of tiles, and then together with sanitary wares and other accessories as well. So now I'm into interior decoration fully. So I'm talking about putting a space together, bringing it to life, and the final look of a space. This is what I'm into now. Well, even though it's something that I love, every job comes with its own challenges, and so does interior decoration. Starting from the designs, designs are something you have to work on, look at, change so many times, of course, to suit your client. So sometimes the problems that I face with designs is that the clients can have change of mind over and over again, and yeah, this is time consuming, but this is the first challenge. And the other challenge that I have is suppliers. Keeping to time and having the materials to you on time is usually something that you can't control, because there are a lot of delays from when subcontractors would deliver materials to you. My design style is very unique to me and to my clients that understand my style. Well, if I was to describe my style, I would say my style is a blend between traditional, rustic and modern design. I like to blend my designs, but I am more on the traditional and rustic style of designs, but of course I try to make them look modern as possible. In interior decoration design, there are key elements that every interior design must work with. Besides having your style as an interior decorator, you must have elements that you work with to make your styles, and these are colors. First of all, the space that you have, and then the colors that you would use for the space, your lines, positioning of all of your materials, and then you talk about the textiles, also the textures and lighting. These are all elements that must be considered while you're doing your thing as an interior designer or an interior decorator. They are very important as well. And I do not joke with any of these elements. I consider all of them in bringing out my beautiful designs. Well, the first thing I would say is your design. First, I have a style and I like to build my designs. I like to improve my designs. For one, I do not like to copy and paste, so I take my time in building my brand in terms of the kind of designs that I love to do. So for me, like I say, every project is an avenue to have a new learning, you know. So first is your style. You need to build your style of interior design and stay on that style. Yeah, that's the thing. Well, I'm not the trend kind of interior decorator. Like I said, I have my style and I like to improve on my style. But for trend, my styles are not trend oriented. Okay, like I said, if I do mostly traditional, blend between traditional, rustic, and modern designs, and I love to be creative. You know, the trends that we see out there are someone's creation, so I love to be creative with my own styles as well. So for trends, I do not follow trends. I follow my style. And another important factor for me is what my customer is looking for. Well, one of the things that I love to do is build a relationship with my clients. I love to get to know my clients because interior decorations are personal stuff, because I specialize mainly in residential decorations, and for me to be able to do this, I want to get to know my customers. I want to understand what they like, what their daily lives are. If it's your home, it's somewhere you want to come to and you're relaxed, it's welcoming. So I need to understand what kind of person I'm dealing with, what kind of things you like in your space. These are things that I love to consider, and to be able to do that, I need to establish a level of relationship, you know, rapport with my client in order to do this. Oh yes, I love to incorporate traditional materials in my designs. Like I said, my spaces are mainly functional spaces. I love to work with the local woods. There is a wood that I love to use for my furniture a lot. It's called the Asamfra wood. They're beautiful. They give me a very rustic look, and what I love the most about this wood is sometimes they have cracks in them. So after designing a very nice furniture, it could be table, it could be shelves, it could be whatever, some of them comes with crack, and this crack gives me like a very rustic look that I love a lot. And yeah, the wood is one of them, and then the clay pots as well. I love to incorporate terracotta, wood, terrazzo, all these natural elements that I can get locally from Ghana into my designs. Well, number one is you have to love what you do, because when you love what you do, you put in your best. Loving what you do can bring a lot of positive energy into your job. And like I always say, interior decoration or interior design is a very personalized job or service that we render, because you're going into someone's private home, property, to help them make it livable or beautiful. And it's not something you just want to do, get your money and get out. So first, you need to love the job. You need a lot of patience, because customers can be very indecisive, and this is because they also want a level of satisfaction from whatever you're trying to give to them. So you need to love your job, you need to be very patient, you need to communicate. Always communicate, always. This is very important. It's both ways. You communicate with your client and they communicate with you, so you're on the same page. So for me, these are the three key things that you need to consider as an aspiring interior decorator. You need to consider these three things. Well, in the future, I want to be able to take all sort of interior decoration job, but for now, I'm specialized in residential. But in the future, I want to be able to grow my capacity to take on, bigger jobs, talking about thousands of square meters worth of jobs and all of that. Yeah, this is my aspiration for the future. If I was to redesign a space in Accra, there is this particular hotel that I would gladly redesign. I think the current design doesn't portray the brand of the hotel, and even though I get the brand they're trying to, even though I get the image they're trying to portray, I just feel like it's been badly represented. And if I was given an opportunity to redesign, I'm going to do a spectacular job in redesigning it. I hope I get that opportunity, but I won't mention the name. I know I have my style and all of that, but there are a few interior designers that I really love their work, and one of them is John Jacob in Cape Town, South Africa. I really love their designs, and I think it's pretty much close to my style of designs as well. Business-wise, it's a different scale based on the capacity. Of course, Nigeria is bigger, and yes, the market for almost everything is larger. And well, as an African woman, starting off was pretty much the same energy I would have gotten from Nigeria. I think it's an African thing when some men still feel like women need to know their place. So I struggled a little bit when I was coming up in my workplace with men, but it didn't stop me, it didn't shake me. I just keep on doing my thing, and I'm here. Yeah, the cultural factor always plays a role, let me put it this way. Sometimes in doing business in this part of the world, it's not, I don't think it's just a Ghana thing. Even in Nigeria, you would experience something like that as well. But yes, it's here as well. My advice to women who are looking at building their career all over Africa is, I'll tell you, first, there is no formula for making this work. And I say this because every person has their own personal challenge, societal challenge, and every other challenge that you can think of. You just need to identify your weaknesses and your strengths, and you build where you need to build, and you cut where you need to cut. Of course, it's always good to educate yourself. I'm not talking about just formal education. You need to keep yourself updated. You need to learn a lot. You need to learn from people who are in line with what you want to do. You need to research. You need to just build your knowledge and understanding a lot, because these are things that will make you stand out. And yeah, don't let challenges bring you down or make you kill your dreams.